Ming-cheng is a devoted collector with a special passion for toys, particularly the rare, hard-to-find Taiwanese editions.
I guess it's the law of attraction? I'm not sure. It feels like I'm destined to collect Taiwan edition toys. Hi, I'm Ming-cheng. I'm all about collecting Taiwan edition toys. Welcome to my toy hideout.
In Taiwan, there's a group of people who are passionate about collecting Taiwan edition toys. In this episode, we'll step into the world of one dedicated collector and explore his deep connection with these rare vintages.
Among us old-school toy collectors, when we say Taiwan edition, we mean the bootleg toys from back in the day. When I got discharged from the Army in 1999, a high school buddy asked me to tag along on a toy hunt. In the process, I saw something and thought, whoa, that's the toy I had when I was a kid. Instant nostalgia. While hunting, I started noticing the differences between Japan edition and Taiwan edition. Since I grew up with the Taiwanese ones, I focused on collecting them. I kept digging deeper into it.
By day, Ming-cheng works as a graphic and web designer. By night, he runs a gallery showcasing vintage toys. Wu has been a collector for over 20 years, and his very first Taiwan edition toy is this one.
This one, Saint Seiya.
Still sealed?
Yeah, I've kept it all wrapped up. The more it's out in the air, the quicker it'll oxidize. It's die-cast metal after all. When I first got into vintage toys, Saint Seiya figures were the very first ones I went after. It's an anime I've always loved. For Taiwan edition, I eventually found this guy. And man, this one cracks me up. The paint job here makes it look like he's some office guy with a tie and wearing lipstick. It was a bold design for its time. I've never seen anything like it in Japanese editions. It's super unique. I love it.
From the 1970s through the 1990s, Taiwan rose as the world's largest toy producer, earning the title Toy Kingdom. Exports brought in up to $1 billion a year. Cheap labor, abundant materials, the perfect formula. Factories turned out licensed products for major brands in the US and Japan. But not everything rolled off the lines with approval. Some factories created their own versions, what Wu calls the Taiwan edition. As the global toy industry shifted and copyright laws tightened, the era of unauthorized toys quietly came to an end.
Honestly, for us who collect Taiwan edition toys, we don't see them as bootleg toys. We see them as something pretty special. During the 1980s, Taiwan was mostly doing OEM work, and a lot of the toys made here were exported. So many collectors from abroad have actually played with toys made in Taiwan. Back then, people didn't understand what bootleg meant because copyright wasn't really a thing yet. Bootleg toys have gained popularity these days. Collectors from all over the world are collecting bootleg toys. This is where I first started collecting toys. About 20-something years ago. I found it by searching online and learned that this area had some vintage toy spots. So I came over to check it out and bought some Taiwan edition toys I was after. As my collection grew bigger and bigger, I ran out of space at home. You either have to sell everything or find somewhere to store it. We rented our first shop here. This was where we rented. Now it's rented by some friends. 14 years ago, when I was still based in King Plaza Hotel, I already received collectors from abroad. I realized that people abroad are also collecting Taiwan edition toys. I have customers from Hong Kong, but most of them come from Japan nowadays, especially Japanese designer toy artists. Taiwan holds a lot of toy shows. After the shows wrap up, they'd swing by my shop. One artist who was looking through my Doraemon collection and suddenly spotted one figure and went, "This one," which is this one. He shouted, "Thief Doraemon!" And I was like, "Wait, what?" For a normal Doraemon, his eyes are usually right along the middle line. But for Thief Doraemon, his eyes are way down at the very bottom of the blue part. He said it looked just like a thief covered in bandana. He thought it was super cute. And because of him, I realized that a bunch of my Taiwanese Doraemons were actually Thief Doraemons.
Over the years, Wu has amassed a collection of more than 10,000 pieces. While it may sound like a fortune, the return on investment is actually quite modest. But for collectors like Wu, the value of a collection isn't measured in dollars.
Compared to Japan edition toys, Taiwan editions are really not that expensive. The most expensive piece I've come across costs no more than 100,000 NTD. For popular IPs among Gen X like Science Ninja Team Gatchaman and Mazinger Z, the Taiwan edition toys cost just a few tens of thousand NTD, even the pricey ones. This particular box, I found it through a friend. He told me that in 2019, while he's at toy stores around Mandarake or Akihabara, he saw this on the shelf, and the price there was around 200,000 Japanese yen at the time. Collectors of Japanese IPs love going to Japan. I had traveled to Japan 3 years in a row, and in 3 different stores, I found 3 boxes of Taiwan edition toys. For these 3 boxes, I've seen pictures of them back in Taiwan, but I just couldn't find them, let alone buy them. Yet I found them in toy shops in different Japanese cities. I guess it's the law of attraction? I'm not sure. I think it's pretty unbelievable, like I was destined to collect Taiwan edition toys. It's magical.
Taiwan edition toys weren't just outsourced copies of Japanese or Western brands. A portion of them were based on local creations, including tie-in merchandise from Taiwanese TV shows and films. A prime example is the scholar swordsman Seiya, a traditional glove puppet drama that became a cultural phenomenon across Taiwan in the 1980s.
There are 2 types of Taiwan edition toys. One focuses on original Taiwanese IPs. Taiwanese glove puppetry had the most popular IPs back then. These 2 plastic figures are what I'm talking about. They were hand-painted with mineral-based paint, so they're also called mineral color toys. Back then, there were no painting machines, so everything was done by hand, meaning there'd be slight differences in copy. The brushstrokes would be different. These toys are from 40 or 50 years ago, so keeping them in good condition is not easy. To be able to find toys with such historical value, I feel extremely happy. These were broken, but it's fine. I can restore it back to how it was.
After 26 years of collecting, Wu says the most fascinating part isn't necessarily finding a rare or prized item. Rather, it's the journey that unfolds through the act of collecting, as toys tell the story of their collectors.
There's a guy from Hong Kong. He was looking for the Thief Doraemon his mom bought him when he was a kid. He loved that toy. It was worn out as he played with it throughout the years. His mom would repair it stitch by stitch, so he wanted to find a new copy of the exact toy. He found me on Instagram and asked if I had one for sale. I told him, "Sorry, I only have one left and I can't part with it." Then earlier this year, he brought his mom to Taiwan and visited my shop, bringing along his childhood Thief Doraemon. So we took a big family reunion photo with all the Thief Doraemons. His story was touching. I told him, "Your Thief Doraemon is more precious. You don't need a new one." Then there was another friend who sent a direct message to my fan page with a link. "Did you write this article?" The comic artist mentioned in the article was his father. His father had passed away, and he didn't have any of his father's comics, so he wanted to buy some from me. I clicked the link to check the article, and it was about the history of American comics in Taiwan. I told him, no, I didn't write this piece, but the comics in it were indeed lent by me. Since he told me about his father that he no longer had any copies, I decided to part with mine. The best place for my collection to be in his hands. Finding another set would take pure luck. For him, the comics carry a much deeper personal meaning. I helped the toy find its rightful owner, and with that shift in mindset, I felt better. And in return, I have gained an amazing story.
For Wu Ming-cheng, every toy carries someone's life story. Through his collection, these stories are preserved and passed on. His toys are more than nostalgic playthings. They are a tribute to the past and a reflection of his connection to the history and culture of Taiwan.
For me, I started collecting due to nostalgia and sentiment, collecting the things I had when I was a kid. Owning them once again made me happy, but as your collection grows, you start digging deeper into it. Taiwan edition toys emerged under a specific historical context. Why do they even exist in the first place? I now focus on the preservation of these toys. Taiwan is unlike Japan. Their archives and historical records document their toys in detail and publish all kinds of books. I want to trace the development of Taiwan edition toys so that future generations will know what kinds of toys were made in Taiwan back then and how they evolved over time. My mindset changes as I collect. These toys went from something purely sentimental to something with real historical significance.